Shalom, this is Sister Kate. Good morning. It's second day and I'm running into town real quick. I've got to pay for some car parts. We're having a vehicle worked on by a local mechanic who does a fantastic job. But you pay for your own parts. He won't charge you overage that way, and the car parts store are right down the road from his shop. So he picks up the parts and then replaces them on your vehicle. But that's not the point of my video. The point of my video is that our family in general, like Pastor Joe, you've seen him do some repairs on our vehicles. That was not his forte when he was a young man. He was not encouraged to get into the mechanical side of vehicles. But when our son came along, it was something he was interested in, and we encouraged him. So he had friends who worked on cars, and they would spend hours in a garage with the country music playing and talking and wrenching, as they called it. And I also, had a little bit of an interest in doing that. The way cars work has always fascinated me, and I like to save money. And so, it becomes apparent when you're an adult, if you don't have a brand new car, that cars need maintenance, and that can be very expensive to pay for the parts, to pay for the mechanic's time as he works on them. And so to save money, I started to look at how we do those things ourselves. And our son really got into it, and he's done a few videos too. He's Joe 7, and he's got very knowledgeable. But then he left the mountain. And so we depend on this mechanic in town. But something that happened, and it was something that we were not expecting, is that our daughters have also started wrenching. And I would not say they are ever going to probably get to where they replace a transmission like our son did, but our first daughter and her husband, who are Israelites, now do minor repairs on their truck. They, replace brake discs and change the oil and, do minor replacing and fixing. And then we just found out that our youngest daughter, who's a senior in college, we went up and saw her, and her car had dumped all the radiator fluid out onto the parking lot. And so we took a look at it, and normally when that happens with your car, one of your hoses has come loose or has cracked or broken or something. That's the simple fix for that. So we checked hers, and we pretty much figured out that the lower radiator hose had a crack or was leaking. And so we gave her that knowledge, and then we had to leave. We weren't able to actually do the repair work with her. So she spent the next 3 days, 3 days, she and her friend, looking at the car, figuring out what was going on with it. Her lower radiator hose, the wingtip clamp on it had sort of been smashed up against the radiator, so she couldn't actually grab the wingtips and close them. So they bought a Dremel tool and cut them off, and then put the hose back on and reattached it. And I was just so proud of her. She saved herself probably $100, and as you know, as a college student, normally you are pinching pennies. And she was happy about it too. But what that also does is teaches you more about how your vehicle works and makes you better at repairing your vehicle, which may be important if times get hard. So my suggestion to you is start looking at your vehicle and attempting to do your repairs and your maintenance yourself. There are a million videos on YouTube. If you're not sure what's going on, if you just type in "my car is leaking fluid" or "my car is making this noise," there'll be 20 videos addressing that. So I hope this blesses you. What have you been doing for the kingdom lately? And shalom.